I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Hey, everybody. Wait, I'm like, want to push over?
You sure?
That's better.
You want me to get closer to you?
Yeah, that's good. So I just want to say, I love that video. I literally whipped it up in 10 minutes because all those pictures were taken by Brenda, Mrs. Brenda Srini. She took a lot of pictures this morning and they came out great. So I just literally stole hers and some of mine and put them in there. So thank you. And I love that song.
Yep.
So I hope you guys liked it because it just all came out of me. It's awesome. But yeah. And also, just the pictures of us the day that we went into court, all the support that we got, all the positive feedback, everyone was just so supportive of us going in. So I really, really appreciate it. It was an honor for us. And yeah, we'll talk about it later.
Yeah, it was quite the experience.
Yeah, it was. But I felt so much love in the past couple days, the past week. It's just, you guys are awesome, and we just appreciate it.
Even Timma is pretty awesome. Oh, we love Timma.
We do. All right, what's going on?
What's happening? So it's been a busy couple days for sure. It's been a crazy week.
Yeah.
Court wise and other. So Jesus, I don't know where to begin. We'll just stop plugging through and seeing what's happening. So hope everybody's good today. This weather's finally hopefully starting to cooperate, but I see the weekend's not looking amazing or something again. Like, geez, come love of God, let's go.
Yeah, but it's been nice outside of court.
Yeah.
The weather's been so wonderful.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Oh, can we pin up Karen's
oh, sorry, yeah.
Karen's Venmo.
Yeah, there it goes. This Karen's Venmo.
Please donate. Yep. Bev didn't declare that mistrial with the extreme prejudice, and that was amazing. We have to get into that, but yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing.
So,
but yeah, of course she didn't go for it. She didn't even put a thought into it, and it's just so disgusting. Anyway.
Handsome Brian. I met Handsome Brian at the other day when we went in. Good to see you, bud. I'm glad you introduced yourself. That was good.
That's a great profile picture. I love that.
Yeah,
I did not meet Handsome Brian, but I heard all about him when Dana got home.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was recapping the day, and I'm I talked to some people, and it was just kind of chaotic the whole entire day, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I met Handsome Brian today.
Yeah, I was like,
it's who?
Handsome Brian? And he did. He spoke very highly of Handsome Brian. So yeah.
It's Handsome Brian. You got to meet regular Brian, as he said. Yeah. Speaking of handsome, hey Dylan.
I know, right?
Dylan comes in right on cue.
Yeah.
Well, Tracy's thinking people are handsome. There's me. Dylan. What's up, bud? How you doing?
There's Dennis. We got Dennis in here.
Dennis, what's happening? J Mac.
I know. Not only she denied where is it? That's not that. Not only denied the motion to dismiss, but allowed that line of questioning. Exactly. She's just.
She is unbelievable.
I gotta let the dog in. Hold on.
Yeah. She just doesn't get it.
She's getting her, direction from above.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I know. She sucks. Seeing her in person was freaking.
Yeah.
Just a friendly reminder how much I don't like her.
But we'll get into that.
Yeah, but anyways, so welcome to the show. We appreciate everybody being here. It's again, it's been a long week and there's been so much going on. We just wanted to check in. We, as you know, we typically do a Tuesday night, but yesterday was just, we literally got out of court, left and drove home and realizing on the way home that we had to go to a award ceremony at the high school. So
Yeah, we were given the wrong time, so we thought we had plenty of time, but then it was like, oh my God, we're gonna make it just in time.
yeah,
And the traffic was awful, but it was worth it because what did he get? 2 awards?
the one I believe. I forget what
Listen
it's
to the
called.
award that my kid got. I always told him, like, not that he doesn't do well in school, he does excellent in school, but I always said, if you take home an award, like, like the ones you're getting, if they're like humanitarian awards,
Mhm.
and I'm like, I'll take that over any academic achievement that you have. It's like, it's just like, all right, this is what it says. Vision of the Graduate Shout Out. Awarded to students that embody the Silver Lake vision of the graduate and core values. Teachers and staff may nominate students every term. These students have all been recognized more than once this year. It's like,
Yeah,
that's my kid.
yeah,
My kid's a good person.
exactly. That's important. That's a very important thing. People don't realize it. And,
Yeah.
you got to be a good person. And if you're teaching the kids anything, then teach them to be good people.
I mean, good to other people.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so that was awesome. But it started at 6 and we got there at like what, 5 of?
Yeah, literally. And it was packed.
It was packed. But I guess they kind of held it off a little bit because there was mad traffic and a lot of people were around late. So yeah, it was great though. It was fantastic. So that was our day yesterday, and then today was another whole day, and you can talk about that in a bit, but you had all kinds of shit going on.
I do.
But I wanted to kind of go through a few shout outs as I did last week in the past 4 5 weeks. How many weeks of trial are we into now?
I don't know.
I think 5. No, I don't know, 6, whatever it is.
6. I think we're on 6.
So, anyways, shout out to Mexi Texi for helping us hold down the fort the whole time Dylan was here in the States, because that was quite a task, and we're trying to wrangle the stream team together and get people down there to go live, and who's jumping on at lunchtime, and it was a lot of coordinating, and she had all the patience in the world with us, and there was some hiccups along the way, and streams getting booted out for, I don't know, we'd like a copyright strike or something that killed us out. That was on the duck boat ride day. That was horrible.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, shit.
Dana lost his patience. It was awesome.
I get aggravated.
But the thing is that there's growth, because usually it would, like, everyone would see it. But you remain calm.
I hid in the corner.
Yeah.
I hid in the corner and just went about my business.
Can I talk to you for a second? I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I was a little pissed.
It's funny.
Yeah, I was like, why now? I'm like, I'm having a good day.
And he's like, I just want to talk to people.
I just want to hang out and say hello.
Just want to say hi.
Yeah, this is bullshit.
It was funny.
But clearly it was my fault. So
clearly.
But yeah, so she did a great job. She did so, and I'm sure Dylan's reached out as well. But we really truly appreciate everything that she did for us, and the patience that she had, because that wasn't easy. She messaging me or Dylan, who's coming on at lunch, and well, I think it's this person, but it might be this person, and then nobody would be there for a few.
Yeah, and she'd actually wait, and if someone came on, she'd be right there, and she would bring them on. She was on the ball.
She was putting on music and pulling up the trial on time, so she did so much. So again, thank you very much. We're not done with the trial yet, but we're back to a kind of a sense of normalcy with Dylan back, back over in Wales, and behind the scenes drawing pictures of hearts around Tracy's face, and
he's just jealous.
Shit like that.
He's just jealous.
Fucking guy. He drives with I tolerate Dana. He writes on the screen.
I know. It's the best picture ever.
Unbelievable. But yeah, so it's good. We're gonna keep pushing forward. I don't know how much longer the trial is gonna be, and then I guess another couple weeks.
Maybe like a week or so. Week and a half.
We're getting towards the end. So everybody keep pushing forward, and keep your focus, and do what we've been doing. We've had some hiccups along the way as far as being in front of the courthouse, and the buffer zone, hurdles that everybody's been dealing with, and the uncertainty of what's you know, what's right and what's wrong and what's accepted and what's not, but everybody's just, you know, just looking out for each other, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you see that, you know, you see a lot of people, you know, that are new showing up and they don't know, you know, what to do, and they know where to turn. It's,
Mhm.
you know, I think it's a lot more, the buffer zone is like a blessing and a curse in a sense.
Mhm.
But again, it gives Karen that and the family that safety. As long as the O'Keefe family, everybody gets all the safety going in and out of court, with the exception of the fucking media. Jesus.
I know,
Christ.
my God, we got a good look of like what they, you know, like just walking out of court and just seeing just people with, and just a shitload of cameras. It's like a wall,
Yeah.
and they're all pointing them at her.
It's like ants on an ice cream cone that she was walking
Walking down the
car.
street, yeah.
Jesus.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
horrible.
Unreal.
She handles herself so well.
Yeah, the whole team there, I guess they were all in the mix. I couldn't even see.
Yeah.
I watched it again. I saw the back of Eddie. I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so it's just it's great to see everybody's helping each other out, and you know, we're making it through this, and you know, the outcome is, you know, looking positive. I'm thinking based upon what this defense team is really pulling out. So shout out to Kelly. Yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
thanks,
you
Dylan.
guys. Thank you guys for doing that.
Yeah,
And
they.
asking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's cool.
exactly. Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So if you haven't subscribed, I know they were close to 1,000 subscribers. I
Oh,
thought I
yeah?
saw our post earlier.
Cool.
So if you haven't subscribed, go over to their channel and give them a like and subscribe, and hopefully you guys got over the 1,000 at this point. Like saw that a couple hours ago, so
Yeah,
I think it was like 8 away. We were like
Awesome.
super close. So
that's so cool.
yeah. So again, to the mods, well done. Always, as always, every day. I want to give a shout out to Erica. I know today was a kind of, you know, tough day. You know, she had a loss in her family, her grandma, while she was away on vacation, and I know the services are somewhere this evening, right? Tonight.
Yeah, I think today.
Yeah. So, you know, I won't be super nice because it's Erica and all, but no. No, we love you. Thinking about you.
Yeah.
You know, I just lost my grandfather recently, and it was you know, it was a tough thing. So, let me see. Another friendly reminder as well. Rule number 1. Please don't forget about rule number 1. You know what rule number 1 is?
It's don't be a dick.
That's it. So
those are the rules
yeah.
here.
Yeah. Don't be a dick. Don't be a dick here. Go on the Facebook page. Don't be a dick. You know, I don't like to make that judgment call of what's, you know, who am I to say what's someone being a dick and what's not. But if you're being cruel and you're calling people names and
Yeah,
shit like
that's
that,
not what
that's
we do
kind of
here.
being a dick.
Yeah,
you know?
that's not what we do here.
If you're busting someone's balls and you know they know that you're friendly with them and like whatever, that's one thing. But when you're rule number 1, don't frickin' Dylan, right? See, ban him. He's a dick. That's that's a dick move. You ass, friggin' guy.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. So rumor on the street as well as I don't know
Oh,
if
there's a
this
rumor
is
on the
this is
street?
confirmed or not, but Dylan, thought I heard you say that you were looking to be back around Halloween time.
Ooh.
So that'll be fantastic. So keep me posted. We're not doing another surprise party though.
Yeah.
You'll have to contact someone
I
else.
know.
You know, I might pick you up for double the price next time, but let's see.
Leave the cat alone.
Oh, this is another thing that I wanted to make mention of. So our friend Maria, who's also been helping out in a pinch at certain times, she's been jumping on streams when Kurt's gonna leave and that type of thing, and she's opening a new shop. I don't know much about it because I don't really. It's more catered to the chicks type stuff.
The chick thing.
But you know, Dylan, you might take some interest in this as well. But yeah, she's opening a store. The grand opening is this Saturday. I believe she opened today, like kind of what do they call it? Early opening, a rough opening. I don't know, whatever it is. Pre-opening opening.
She's not. It's not a new store. She's moving location.
Well, yeah. So, anyways, this Saturday check this out. There you go.
Ooh,
So it's in Newton.
look at that. Yeah.
So that's the grand opening celebration Saturday. Oh shit! It cut off too quick. Sorry.
You knew you heard something. Come on.
I think
I had one job.
I threw the video together before. It's 10 to 3:30 this Saturday. So check it out. Go over there, give it a like. I know that Trisha's been wearing some of
a lot
Maria's
of people
attire and that type of thing. So
she puts the cutest little outfits together.
Yeah.
It's so cute, which I love because I always say I shop off mannequins. Like I just look at what they're wearing and I'm like, yeah, it's all right. I'll get that. I know it looks good, you know. Yeah, I can't. But yeah, so show some support. She's a great person.
Yeah.
And big FKR supporter.
Yeah, absolutely. So there you go, Maria. Keep us posted. Let us know if you need anything.
Thank you, Robin G. Good job.
Robin G is always working hard, Robin G.
She is.
Riding through the Glens, not easy work.
No, it's not.
A shout out to Nanette. Again, our prayers and thoughts are with Nanette. I haven't heard or talked to her recently. I meant to reach out to her today to try to get some kind of an update or whether she was still continuing with the meal train. So I don't want to put it out there again in the event that she's, they're all set, but I'll keep you posted. We'll post something about it, but prayers and, much love to Nanette and the family. So
can you guys hear our cat?
Can you guys stop it? She's out of control.
She won't shut up.
And finally, one big shout out, like about 25 more days. Helena Rafferty will be officially gone and retired. So good riddance.
Okay.
Yeah. See you later.
Mm-hmm. I have some shout outs.
Yeah, go.
Kurt Maxon made a donation of $14 and it's from the Dive Bar Norwood crew. So thank you guys.
Thank you.
Our friend Maria, who we were just referring to, paid us $30. And she said, "Thank you for being amazing. Just want to support your channel. Love all of you."
Yeah, that's fantastic. Thank
She's
you.
the sweetest person in the world. So thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Dive Bar crew.
Yeah.
Do you have an update on Dave?
I do. I'm not sure if you got, I don't even know, it was a week ago, 2 weeks, a week and a half or whatever, but David Finnerty was found guilty on, I forget the actual charge, aiding and abetting.
Yep.
And he's going to be sentenced in August. I think it's August 16th. Turtle Boy actually did a story about it the other day. He did an article about it, which is great because it, the more people who know, the better. And he actually put his spin on it that we didn't really touch upon with the Rachel Rollins thing and the political aspect of it. And, there was a racial aspect to it as well. So it was great. And the family's happy that he did that. But so yeah, that's what we're looking at right now. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's the story is unbelievable, and I actually haven't seen what Aiden had written, but I'm going to give it a look for sure and see.
He did a good job.
Yeah.
It's well written.
Yeah, but there's so much to that story. So again, we interviewed Jen Finnerty on here a while, I think a month or so ago, and then it was like Easter. You did that recap video we posted. So yeah, check that out. Check out the video, and read Aiden's article. the friggin' Hank Brennan read his blog.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole. That guy's such a
It's
dick.
like he's totally trying to bring him into it, and it's like, but why? It doesn't change the fact that he didn't see a body on the fucking lawn. You know, like where are you going? And the jury is tired of that. You can tell they're tired of him just asking ridiculous questions that have nothing to do with anything. So
Yeah,
we did notice that.
he's a dick. Let's see what else. The 90s party. There's something going on in Middleborough coming up in June. I don't know if we have a thing for it. I tried to get more information for it, but I didn't jot it down. So
here it is. Boots on the Ground Party. It's a fundraiser for Karen Reed and Turtle Boy. It's the Middleborough Elks. Saturday, June 28th, 6 to 11. So yeah, do we have
yeah, that's the other information I didn't get. Tickets and whatever, all that other stuff. I didn't get all that. So
I'll post it again. It's actually I posted it a couple times on the Facebook page, but I'll post it again. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it should be a good time.
And it's fundraiser too, so it'll be great. There's gonna be cool stuff there.
Yep.
And dancing.
Oh,
90s style.
dancing.
Dancing.
Let's see. Standouts, Karen Reed, standouts.com. That's where all the updates are for dive bars and standouts and court dates and the like. So go check that out. If you have any standouts that you're planning on doing, there's a contact section at the bottom of the page. Let everybody know, what's going on. Get some people out there, and the weather's getting nice. People are starting to come out of hibernation and, get out there and do some things. Not everybody can make it to the courthouse. It's a, difficult thing during the day, but if you have an evening standout or a weekend, something during the weekend, put it out there and let that group know. Bobby is, doing a great job keeping that thing up to date. So yeah, reach out to them, let them know what's going down. Select board. What?
You're funny, handsome Brian.
Handsome Brian is a man.
Sorry.
No, you're all right. No select board this week.
No.
So next week.
Next week.
So let's bring on our guest. Hi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
I'm Tracy.
Hi.
Yeah, we don't have a guest.
No, we know.
We've been way too busy. I just want to say hi to Coco. Hi. Thanks for the pictures that you sent.
What's up, Coco? What do you got?
Just
browsing.
Just browsing.
We do have a weekly Hey Now. I got a new one today.
Hey
Yeah,
Now.
we got a Hey Now from Kurt. This one here.
This one here.
Yeah.
Hey now? Can you say it louder?
Say hey now. Do it in your voice. Hey now. Hey now.
Can you say free Karen Reed?
Free Karen Reed.
Can you say goodbye everybody?
Goodbye, everybody.
And say hey now.
Hey now.
Those poor kids. He's got this huge sweatshirt and his little tiny head. Like, hey now.
That's fantastic. I love it.
Those kids are so freaking cute.
Yep.
Oh my God. Kurt's nephews.
Yeah, I love the weekly Hey Now.
Oh my
I
God.
love the creativity. So
Yes, very
keep
cute.
them coming, Kurt. It's good stuff. Yeah, so we had dive bar Monday. A lot of dive bars. I believe there was one last night too, and then I think there's one tonight.
I think
The Plymouth one's tonight. So again, everybody's having a good time with the dive bar. We had a great night the other night. The Norwood place has a outdoor patio, so we've been out there since I think the first time we opened it was actually Dylan's.
Yeah, I think
party.
so. Yeah.
So we've been out there and been able to kind of be just do our thing. So it's been a good time. We've had a lot of fun. They give us a lot of leeway, but we're very respectful. Like, I don't think you go to a bar and have the people that are your patrons assisting in cleaning up and bringing trays and empties and foods. They come out there like, for crying out loud, where'd everything go? Like, we brought it all back. It's fine. So it makes me happy. Speaking of happy, actually,
I
throw the
know,
next
wait.
thing on there.
Wait, I want to say hi.
Hey,
Dina's in
Dina.
the
Dina, get out of the
house.
closet, will you?
Oh, you want to see the? Speaking of happy,
Yeah, speaking of happy, there's like
this one,
the next one up. Yeah, the one that,
this one.
yeah.
Wait, let me get rid of the comment first. This
This is-
one.
I love this one. This makes me.
RTS.
Tim, we're getting into outstanding.
All right, apparently that wasn't the right
No,
one.
no, next
You
one.
guys saw me go this one, this
That-
one, and
I
he
said
said
that
yes. No, he didn't.
You said
you guys,
you-
you saw it. You see what I have
Nobody
to
saw
do?
what I was pointing at.
Oh, tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
This is what Dana does in his spare time.
I just did that when I got
Spare time.
home. I made
Yeah.
that tonight.
Listen to the cat. She's like screaming.
Listen, I do that because Timmer has slowly become one of my favorite people. He just because he's a he sees everything, he knows everything that's going on. He's the head hen, and he literally like just will say shit like out of nowhere, and you're like, oh my god, that was he's funny as hell. He cracks me up. I love it. I love it. Tiny Tim. Tim.
Wait, Standing Stone, 1776.
Yeah, he played that.
Wait, there you go. So Tiny Tim. Speaking of live.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
Tim is probably going to kick my ass for that one, but I think it's fantastic. He just like skipping around all happy and shit. So that one video was before we went to the duck boats, and then the other one was happened to be like last week in front down in the buffer zone. So fantastic. I love that.
Awful energy, that one.
Timmy, thank you for the laughs, Timma.
Yeah.
Tim has a very dry sense of humor, for sure. Let's see. Oh, we're gonna play this one too because this made people upset.
So let's upset the people.
Yeah, well, I want to go from happy to sad. So it's a roller coaster of emotion.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
So I just want to say we get some random comments about that, and we do that every morning from the buffer zone. The prayer and the pledge. The pledge hasn't really been a point of contention, but the prayer kind of has to certain people, and I get it. Everybody has got their freedom of whatever. That's what the Constitution's for. But the First Amendment not only covers freedom of speech, but it covers freedom of religion. And that's what we're fighting for, is the First Amendment. So, for the 30 seconds that video plays, or they're on screen, like hit mute, look the other way, like pour yourself more coffee and carry on. I don't know. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but I was just like, I'm not a religious guy by any stretch of the means. The last time I went to church, I think I was caught on fire, but
I've never even seen you in the church.
Right. But seriously though, it's like, I understand everybody has their opinions and stuff like that, and everybody's got the freedom of speech and whatever, but we trying to teach the kids, be good people. Acceptance is a huge thing.
Respect others'
respect others' beliefs.
if you don't disagree with it, then you don't have to have that conversation. Just respect it and move on.
So that's all I get to say about
Thank
that.
you, Dana.
Yeah, thank you.
See,
people look forward to it too.
It's the way to start the day, whatever prayer you want to say it.
Yeah,
Exactly. Just that's just the one that they do.
You want to pray? You want to pray to Santa Claus?
Yeah.
Knock yourself out. That's
Pray
fantastic.
to the devil.
Yeah,
I don't give a shit. Just join in and start the day with us the way you want to start the
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Whatever.
Yeah. Don't worry. Be happy.
Yeah. You don't have to drink the Kool-Aid or anything.
You want to get some Kool-Aid?
No.
All right, go on. You're up next.
Why am I up next?
What are you going to talk about?
Well, you didn't finish all this. You have like
No, I did.
Oh. Well, you didn't do that.
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right. Oh, all right. Oh, I get what you're
We're
saying.
moving right on.
Yeah.
And go. So you've been on the court, so talk about the buffer zone, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. You can basically do whatever you want, wherever you want, as long as you don't have anything free Karen Reed on you while you're in there, basically. So it's pretty simple. Like today, they people were just everywhere, gathering in groups everywhere, and it was cool. Like just stay out of the way, obviously. Clear the sidewalk when people are coming by, clear the stairways. Like we were sitting on the stairs of the Deeds building, and one of the stadium, and there was a girl like in the next section, and she was kind of like in the middle of, I don't know. He just told her to move. Like he went like this, and can you kind of move? She was like, whatever. But yeah, I mean, that was that.
Sidewalk.
Yep, sidewalk. Erica's charges were dismissed. I'm not sure if everyone knew that. That's why I was there today. I actually took today off for it, so it was a great day to go down there. But yeah, her charges have been dismissed. I think she still has another court date upcoming, and I'm not sure why or what it is. But it's tough catching up with Erica because we're both so busy at different times. But yeah, we're trying to keep each other updated. But yeah, so that happened. Yeah, so I mean, it was pretty comfortable. I mean, I'm still like, I walk around like, oh, I can't do this, can't do that, can't do this. It's like we're gonna have like PTSD from this, seriously, when we go to like gatherings, all of us, and like, what do we, but it's better than it was. They're letting us get, on the sidewalk and everything, like corners of, corner of the street and everything. And, they're letting everybody, it's just stay on the sidewalk, don't be in the street. Yeah, and everyone's on their best behavior all the time. So that's it, They fear us for the reasons that they like. It's like when they mob Karen with all those cameras. Those are the people that are going to hurt her. Even like like physically. You see them like fall all over themselves all the time, and just she can barely walk. It's weird, and that happens to her every single day. But anyway, so yeah, we're not the threat.
Yeah, exactly. Clearly, yep.
We're not the threat. But anyway, so yeah, that was basically
yeah. I
and
think
it was a half day, so it was like over by I think it was like 1:30. So sorry.
No, that's good. I think that looking at that, like yesterday coming out of the courthouse, that was like my first experience of the way things are now. What you experienced in full today, because I really didn't see it. People were on the sidewalk and able to Karen was back and forth across the street.
Yeah, and they've been coming over and hugging and saying hello to everybody. Nathan went through everybody today.
Yeah.
Like even in the mornings they go over. I think they know that we're not going to hurt her. I wish she had more security in that situation, but it's us, and I think they know that, and we're harmless, and so's Karen, and it's just I don't know.
And we still encourage people to go down there and wear your Karen Reed gear. You can't be in that certain area with it on. But Scott McGinnis is like, I don't need to be in that area. I will stay outside on the fringe and continue to hold my Karen Reed sign and display my reason for being here. So I again, kudos to Scott for everything that he does.
Yes.
It's just there's so many that are like that. Brandy and I want to say Ross is a saint. I mean, shit, I thought we muted that. Damn it.
Ross is great. I think
Ross is
they're
great.
great
Yeah,
together.
it was funny. I heard the ride in this morning and Dylan got her on. He was like, "Where's Ross?" And like he pokes his head over like
I
this.
heard I was listening to.
He's got it.
I'm
He's like,
here.
I thought you would duct tape in the corner
Yeah.
or something. I was like,
Yeah, the duct tape
yeah,
conversation was
like, oh my
hilarious.
god, fantastic. Right, this is Brandy. Hey, I'm telling you, it was fantastic.
It was
But you
good,
guys
wasn't
are
it?
great. You know, everybody's doing what they're supposed to be doing. Like I was saying, people are showing up new to the buffer zone, the way the buffer zone is now compared to last year, whatever the case may be. And there's people to turn to, and that's what we're down there to do, is look out for each other, as well as look out for Karen, look out for her family, the team. We're down there for the right reasons, and we ain't got no quit, but and it's not to say again, that we're not pissed off about why the hell we're there, because we clearly are, but what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You raise hell, then what happens? It just makes things worse. We've invented a new way to protest,
Mm-hmm.
and it's been effective.
Yeah.
I mean, what did Hank Brennan refer to today? He's referring to Aiden.
Yeah.
Of going up against Lucky. He's like, did you feel intimidated and threatened and shit like Lucky's like, no.
I know.
Like, shut the fuck up, dude. What's your problem?
I know.
So yeah, it's just the perception that mainstream media can paint about who we are as a group, as a movement, is just it's sickening. It really truly is. The fact that people buy into that narrative is just, it doesn't make any sense to me at all. But I think that we'll just continue to push forward, and we don't give a shit what the mainstream media says. I think it's a new time now.
That is.
Independent media is the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, the mainstream media can get into all the places and a lot easier than people
without press passes. Yeah. It's Dana.
No, but I might be after the show. She's like, dude, you gotta go.
No, what was the question?
I don't know.
What was
I
it?
lost track of my thing.
All right, so let me tell you this quick story before we get into anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving court today. I was parked behind the registry of deeds, and I was kind of like towards the back where the stadies kind of hang out, and I was like a couple rows back from where you go to, it's like exit only, like it's like a one way. So I was like, there's like 2 rows in front of the exit. So I was actually there. I was catching up on like texts and messages and like Facebook and stuff. And I didn't realize how long I was there. But I looked up, I put my seatbelt on, did whatever. And I looked up, and there were like a lot of like police on bikes. So I was like, what's going on? So I looked to my left, and it's just a swarm of people coming. I don't know if like they just got out of work or not. First I'm like, is that the jury? I'm like, no, they go through the back, whatever. So then I pull up to there's a cop coming through that, how it's like kind of like barricaded. It's a very small space for you to go out if you're familiar with the Deeds building. So the cop came in through that small opening on a bike. And I'm like, what the fuck is this guy doing? And I was kind of like inching very slowly. All of a sudden, Paul O'Keefe walks around the corner with this fucking escort, right? So I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So within that small space, I'm there, and I'm still kind of inching forward, and he's walking. So it's like I'm like this, looking out the window, just watching him. And he's doing the same friggin' thing to me. It was like a stare down. And then like when I was done, I'm like, I just
Fantastic. You're giving the stink eye like you wear the Hank.
I know, right? Everyone's getting the stink eye from
Giving the
me.
stink eyes all over.
Oh my God, I couldn't believe it. He was like walked around the corner, and I saw his bald head. His head is huge, by the way. It's like who's this guy with the big head? You know, and it was him. I'm like,
Wrecking ball.
oh my God. Yeah, it was crazy. But he was walking by himself. I don't know if that means anything. I'm not really sure who was over there today. I didn't really get to watch a lot. I listened, but
Yeah.
so
Well,
yeah, that was my story for today.
that's
It
fantastic.
was like that time I didn't hold the door for Chris Albert at Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, Chris Albert.
Bitches.
I'm not holding the door for you. I'm gonna shut it.
Yep. Yeah. That's bullshit. You know, it's a shame that, you know, I mean, that family, in a sense, turned their backs on their brother and son, and it's messed up for the hate of someone else. What you got?
Yeah, I am bragging about it because that guy's a fucking loser, and most likely what?
So he was staring down a woman with a cop in his presence, and she's the bad person.
Yeah, I'm the bad person.
Come on,
Yeah,
give me a break.
whatever.
Move on. Baby,
Where am I? Oh, hi,
you
Nick.
looking at baby? So we there was a video that I wanted to share, and I didn't get a chance to pull it together today, but I posted it on Facebook. So John DePietro was at the Registry of Deeds building on the stairs, and he's just doing his thing. You know, he's just talking to the camera. He did like 8 commercials in the middle of the
Yeah, that was
process.
weird.
And Dina walks up behind him, and she's holding up a stop corruption sign. And he turns around. So the interaction's fantastic. So I did a side-by-side comparison from our channel when we were streaming with the alternate corner, and then John DePietro, whatever the fuck his name is. DePietro in his thing. So it was like from 2 different angles. So you can see Dina what she's doing and his reactions. But he literally turned around and tried to get the cops flag down. You know, he's just like, you can't have that here. And he's like waving the cops out. It's like, dude, really? You serious? Like, come on.
Yeah.
This freaking guy.
I know.
It's ridiculous.
I know. Oh wait, Cheryl with an S. I see you in the comments. Made me a lovely bracelet today with my name on it. I don't know if you can see the writing, but well, yeah, whatever. But thank you, Cheryl with an S.
Thank you, Cheryl with an S.
She's always down there, so dedicated.
Thank you, One Grateful Mom. I did that fresh on Monday night after Dive Bar, so I don't know if I missed a couple spots. I'm sure I did. We'll find out in like a week when I got like this one stray hair that's like this long.
Great haircut, Dana. You're the best. That's so funny.
I always get a compliment from one great mom about my haircut.
On it, she knows.
I know. Let's talk briefly about Kelly Deaver.
Oh yeah, that
Kelly Deaver. Yeah. Just like you. I can't remember how to say things. She was such an asshole. I told Dylan I think she's single, so he could come back and he could marry her and be a citizen. He'd be all set. So, you know, and he wouldn't have to stay like year round. He could just like marry her and then just leave and go back to Wales, and he'd come whenever he wants to. So that girl was she's awful. Imagine getting pulled over by her.
I know. She thinks she's all that. She thinks she's got it all figured out.
Yeah.
And she doesn't. I mean, you know, I was saying to someone today, if that's the way you're gonna go, if you're gonna lie, there's such a better way to go about it. You know, like she blew it because she was just so on the defensive and rude and had said those comments where she could have been like, you know what? I don't remember. I did then, but I don't now. Sorry. Not like I did that and it did that.
Oh yeah.
You know, like just
what was it
if that's my bitching and that's how it goes.
It does.
But yeah, you know what? It's like if you were a nice person, you probably would have like taken the higher ground and been like, yeah, sorry, yeah. I know I said that, and you know,
Yeah, we weren't in there for her, but I mean,
Yeah.
how did she look to the jury? You know,
I
like
know.
the jury must have been like, what the hell's going on? She did have resting bitch face. There's no question about it. She walked in there angry. I don't even know why I'm here. You don't? Well,
Yeah.
because
I know, like, I don't know why I'm here.
yeah.
It's like, just stop it.
Yeah.
Just, you know exactly why you're here. Shut up.
You
And
ain't-
just
yeah.
testify and get up.
Sorry you were inconvenienced, you know.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, look at what's going on with Karen, and you're
I know, like,
inconvenienced
sorry.
coming for a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
It's a
sucks.
lie. Yeah.
A horrible
They
person.
totally, I'm sorry, it's out there, but they knew what she knew. They knew what she told. And they were like, here, have a huge promotion and go work in Boston and shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And, and that's exactly what happened. I guarantee you. But
Yeah, I saw some numbers floating around on the pages,
Yeah.
but they seemed a little off to me because the dates and it was like a bump in pay, decrease in pay, and then a huge bump in pay. So I don't know exactly what it was, but I saw anywhere from 92,000 going up to 143.
yeah,
So-
exactly, J-Mac. I don't know why I'm here, but I know exactly what the defense wants me to say. What? You sound like an idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Such
Yeah.
a good point. I don't know. So should we just like jump into that? Do you have anything else?
No, that's all. That's what I was you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna break down the day. Because it was a long day and it was awesome. So a lot of people have been asking us about the jury and how it's made up and their reactions, what were they doing, that kind of thing. But let's just start from the beginning.
Yeah, just keep it simple.
Yeah.
That,
all right. First of all, I overslept. I had my alarm set for 4:00, and if you know me at all, I don't do the 4s.
No.
I barely do the 5s. So I'm miserable in the morning. I hate being woken up against my will. But anyway, so I overslept an hour. So we were late. Like I wanted to get out there early with everybody, and maybe even get there for the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance and all that stuff. But clearly that didn't happen. So we got to hang out. You can see the pictures from the beginning with our favorite people in the world. And, all the encouragement we were getting, like I said earlier, was just amazing. So we met. It was so funny. So we were walking down to meet Karen in her little caravan there. So we were standing on the corner there on, what's that street? Pearl Street. Right on the corner of the, where they park. So there's Hardman. I stand on the corner, and so he goes, "Oh, you guys going in?" We're like, "Yeah." And he's like, and right when he was like, "All right, stand over here," all of a sudden everyone starts like screaming Erica's name because she's like right there. Her truck is like right behind him.
Erica drives by. We'll wave.
Yeah, I cut in the middle of these Hardman and Dana. I was like, "Hey, Erica!" And we just like totally just blew the guy off.
Yeah.
Like,
Hardman wasn't.
we know what we're doing. Get out of here.
He wasn't pleased.
Yeah.
That was
He
fantastic.
just kind of walked away. It was great. That sucks. So anyway, so I thought we were going in with 2 other women, but I'm not sure. Maybe the schedule changed. So anyway. Long story short, I'm making it very long.
Yeah,
So we walked in with them, and that was really cool because Tim from Canton Community got some great still photos of us walking in. They're just like amazing. He's like, "I got some shots of you guys." I'm like, "Oh my God, thank you so much." I'm like, "Those are gonna come out awesome." And then he like sent them to us, and they're like so awesome.
Yeah.
So, and that was weird because again, you're walking in and there's this wall of cameras, and it's like, I should do this every single day.
Yeah.
So anyway, we went up and we went through the metal detectors and all that
Well,
stuff.
let's back up a step.
Oh,
So out on the steps, we had never met Alan Jackson before. Obviously seen him a billion times.
Yeah, but we
walking
never
in,
like
but we never
face-to-face,
actually.
like-
So the first time meeting him was the picture that's on the thumbnail that for this stream. That was the first time that we had met him. Like there's actually another picture of you shaking his hand as well.
Oh,
or
really?
or a video at least. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, I think it's just a
yeah,
video, but-
Otter did a freaking awesome video. It's so
Yeah.
great.
but it was great, you know. So it was like, you know, he knew who we were, and that, you know, it's funny because Karen said, what'd she say, day one something?
She calls us the day
one
oneers
something.
or something like
Yeah.
that.
So
Yeah.
it's funny. So like he knows everybody by how the Reed family kind of refers to people.
Yeah, and like associates
Yeah.
them with, yeah.
I think he's more grounded in it too. That's what I gathered, because, you know, David Giannetti seemed more like, I don't really do social media kind of a guy.
Yeah.
I don't really like, you know.
He's not that flashy Hollywood
He's
guy,
not.
you
Yeah, he's
know?
not from Cali.
Yeah, he's like a soft-spoken kind of
Yeah,
quiet guy.
but
Wicked nice. Oh my God, such awesome people.
yeah, and then yeah, so that was it. So we met him out on the walkway, the sidewalk going
Yeah.
up, and then we went inside. So
Yeah. It's weird because we've been in that building for several like pretrial hearings way back in the day when a ton of people could go in there before they moved the courtroom. But anyway, so like we knew the drill. But it was just weird. It was weirder this time.
Mhm.
And like walking in with them was like, oh my God, this is weird. But anyway, so we did that. We went upstairs. We waited a bit. And then we just kind of walked into the
Yeah, so we get up. So we talked to Mrs. Reed,
Oh yeah.
and she, oh my God, she is the sweetest woman.
I can't-
absolutely in the
Don't
world.
even.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like people say that, you know, she's like the coolest person in the world and the sweetest, and she really, really is.
Mhm.
She has she just talks like you're her best friend, and you know, she's just the most amazing woman.
Yeah, very gracious.
Oh, so awesome. And just, you know, she's a little spitfire, you know,
Yep.
mom vibes,
Yeah.
a lot of
Oh,
mom
yeah,
vibes,
yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
But yeah, so she's freaking cool. So she kind of like gave us the lay of the land. She's like, you know, it's different when you're in the, oh, and then she's like telling us before court, she's like, we're talking about Alessi and how amazing he is and all this stuff. And she's like, oh, you should ask him to come on your show. He'd love that. So I'm like, yeah, I just call him up, be like, hey, listen, Karen's mom said,
Yeah. Janet said
it's okay if we ask you. She's like, oh yeah, he'd love that. And he's very personable. He's a really nice guy. He's quick, you know, he's like never.
Oh, he doesn't stop.
Never stop. Yeah. But yeah, that was cool. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. But yeah, and then, you know, we were talking too about like just what it's like for them every day. And, you know, we're talking about the jury and what they think, and I'm paraphrasing, but you know, Janet was like, you know, and my daughter could go do prison for, you know, the rest of her life. And it was like,
yeah,
it was just like,
that's
I'm like,
that's
we know
their
that.
reality.
Yeah, we know that, and we don't want that to happen. And you know, to see that happen, for us to even think of that happening to Karen.
Yeah.
And you know, and she's not our daughter, she's not our sister,
Right.
she's not our, you know, it really was like, and the way it was kind of balanced throughout the day, like we're here for a really fucking serious reason,
Mm-hmm.
but we're people and we're nice people, so we have, you know, like I'm kind of going quick, but they invited us to go to lunch with them, which was so cool because we know that costs money. And like Karen was like, you know, all right, there's this here, and Nathan, they were like, this is where you get this, and this is where you get this, and make sure everybody was comfortable before, like, and you know, they're on like 45 minutes scoffing down, you know, whatever they can in order to go back to the courthouse where she's being held on murder charges. You know, it's
right.
It was just surreal. But anyway, we'll rewind back. So so the courtroom, when you walk in the courtroom, it's weird because you're at a completely different angle than you are at, you know, when you watch it. But you're quickly like, it's like, wow, this is like really, you know, they say it's small. It is small. You all saw where I was sitting. So like when they were up at the podium, it was like, you know, I just could go like that. And they were like right there. So like, again, I'm skipping around, but Alessi's speech when he was banging on the, I was like, literally, I was just like staring at him like, this man is absolutely amazing. I can't believe I'm looking right at his face while he's saying these amazing words. And like it was just, I didn't want to miss it. I didn't want to miss a word. I didn't want to miss a facial expression. I was just like pinned on him. And then like at the end, I wanted to just be like stand up and be like, yeah, but I couldn't.
Yep.
It was so hard. But anyway, back to, all right. So yeah, so then they started so the jury walks in before they call Dr. Russell again from the previous day. And they walk in, and this is, correct me if I'm wrong or disagree if you want, but people have been saying that they're young. They're not wicked young. Like, I think the youngest might have been like the kid 24, 25, but year old man, kid, whatever.
Kid.
And I'd say the oldest couldn't have been.
No, I don't think there's anybody over 60.
Yeah, like maybe 55
Yeah.
or whatever. There's a fair amount of women and men, I think.
Yeah.
So what I know, I tried, I watched them all day pretty much when I wasn't staring at Alyssa. But they, like, at first, when we walked in there and they sat down and the day started, everyone was like yawning. They just looked exhausted. There was this one girl, I felt so bad for her at one point. It was like, she's sleeping. But, and some people were taking notes, and I noticed she took a couple notes, and, people in the back were, but you could totally tell, like, we went to morning break.
Mm-hmm.
And when we came back, they seemed to be a little bit more.
Yeah, they get some coffee in them.
Yeah, they woke up a little.
Yeah.
But when they really woke up is when Barrows was called.
Oh, absolutely.
Because, it's, like, who are you? What do you do? When they found out, like, what his role was, in the whole thing, they were like, interesting.
Yeah. They also perked up, too, when Hank went after Dr. Russell.
Oh, yeah.
Questioning her memory.
Yeah.
That was freaking, I mean, everybody in that room was kind of like,
she gasped.
Yeah.
And so it was like,
yeah, we
we all felt that internal gasp, but
Yeah.
she actually did it. And it was like, you mother.
Yeah.
Like, objection, Your Honor. Alyssa.
Absolutely.
What an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was an asshole.
Yeah, he's so it's disgusting to hear the way he talks to people.
Yeah.
I mean, he did it with Barrows about his
Oh,
memory. Yeah. He did it with Dr. Russell.
That's all he's got.
And he did it with Lucky today.
Yeah, that's all he's got.
Shit.
Oh, you must be not remembering it correctly. No, that's
Yeah, see, everybody
it was like,
it was horrible. It's like, that woman is absolutely brilliant. And you have the balls to talk to her in that, like, just period. And even worse so is the fact that Bev freaking allows that shit.
Exactly.
Because it's not like it's like he did it one time and he said something and he was being nasty. He was continuously freaking nasty.
Yeah, and when Jackson says, like, something wise, no comments.
Yeah.
Stop with the comments. Yeah. But he can say shit like that and it's okay.
Yeah.
It's sustained.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like, make it stop. Get control of your courtroom.
Reel it in. Seriously, you shouldn't allow that shit.
Yeah.
The defense doesn't go after people. I mean,
right.
When Kelly Deaver was up on the, she doesn't like that apparently.
Yeah.
No, but when she was up there, it was the same type of thing. It's like, who crossed her? That was Jackson, right? No, not crossed her. That was Jackson's witness, right?
Yeah.
Kelly Deaver.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she didn't like that. And Jackson he's not gonna take any shit either.
Yeah.
And he gave it back to her to a point, and Bev freaking shut it down.
Yeah.
And she was being an asshole. Now you look at Dr. Russell, and you look at Lucky, and you look at Sergeant Barrows. None of them were being belligerent to Hank to the point where he had to start being rude. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. So Bev to call out Jackson and not to call out Brennan is just, it's so freaking mind-boggling.
Yeah. And you know what else too is Dr. Russell's, not only is she brilliant, but she's wicked cool. She's
Yeah.
wicked down to earth.
Yeah.
Like when I first saw her, we were hanging on the corner when like she was getting out of the car. I'm like, I introduced myself or whatever, and I'm like, good luck in there. And I'm like, don't take any shit. And she's like, I won't take any shit. She's like, I'm not taking it. And
Yeah.
it's just like, and then, we found out a little more about her and, as we talked to her. So she's a nice, very nice person. Very, just so impressive. And we told her that too.
Absolutely,
Like,
yeah.
all the girls, all the women, all the girls, all the little girls you see out there, you're a great role model for them.
Yep.
So, they're all very impressed by you. So,
She's an inspiration. She should be an inspiration to everyone,
yep.
male or female.
Mhm.
It shouldn't make a difference. She's literally like the real deal.
Yeah.
Her work ethic and her resume just alone,
Mhm.
from being a cop to the medical examiners and all this, everything else that she's done, working in the ERs, she's brilliant.
She's done it all.
Yep.
From all aspects
Yep.
of this, she's perfect for it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
no.
But go ahead.
I was gonna say, but for Hank to be an asshole to her, it's
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like, he was disrespecting my mom. I'm like, dude,
Yeah,
what the shit,
come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then with the whole thing with him wanting to go through each bite, like 1, 2, number in the mall, and she's like, no, it's a pattern.
Right.
It's based on patterns, like
Mhm.
you're not going to get out of me what you think you're going to get. And,
Right.
and thank God they didn't go through all of it. But it's
Yep.
like,
But that's like stuff like that is what Brennan's doing.
yeah,
That's the snooze fest for the jury. When he just
Exactly.
continuously
they
drags on
literally
that
were like,
shit. Yeah. Everybody's like, dude, just friggin' move on.
you could just see they're just drained of it,
I mean-
and then when the defense comes up or something else changes, they're like,
Yeah.
they're ready for it.
Mhm.
They want to be fed this. They want this done too. I mean,
Yeah.
they look tired.
Yeah, I didn't see the jury from last time. I don't know what,
Yeah.
I don't really recall what the makeup was, but I mean, inevitably they didn't do a great job. I mean, well, Bev didn't do a great job either. So
Well, I don't
You
think
know,
they were. Yeah,
they
the whole
weren't-
reasonable doubt
yeah,
explanation, I don't think was. Yeah,
yeah.
they basically they think he's fine.
Well,
They basically started with like, what did they call it? What did they refer to the reasonable doubt as? Like why they were like, oh yeah, let's just dismiss that because that's all just drama or whatever. I forget what they called it, but it's like, no, that's reasonable doubt. You can't. So I don't know that a lot of stuff happened with the jury last time, so that we'll never really get to the bottom of. But
it is.
Yeah, we'll
it's,
see.
it's all just a distractor, and that's all he does. And it's similar to what Lally did.
yeah,
Brennan is just like he'll talk about the same shit over and over and over again, and Lally will just lull you to sleep with just a monotone.
distractors. Thank you, Kelly. That's what they
like I
call
said,
them.
yeah.
Distractors. It's like no.
But they do two different things. It's Lally was just he was a snooze fest. I mean, I don't want to give Brennan any kind of credit, but
At least it's interesting. Like more interesting than it was.
oh yeah,
But,
Jesus, I'd
yeah.
be trying to take a nap when Lally was on.
That was horrible.
I think it's so bad. But yeah, they I think again, nothing to compare it to like last time, but I think the jury they're listening, what they're thinking. I mean, you obviously can't tell, but they're listening, and that's it was encouraging to see. I mean, I
Yeah.
kind of wanted to ask that question to, Mr. and Mrs. Reed or Karen and see what they really thought, but I didn't want to, they're busy. They got enough shit to do. I don't want to keep, let's talk,
Yeah, right?
we have a 15-minute break.
I
So
know.
sit down and talk to me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, Dana, go.
But they did try to give you as
they
much
did.
attention
Yeah,
as they possibly could. Yeah.
again, they're super gracious.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's just, I just think that things are going in the right direction. Hank's scrambling and he friggin' knows he's up against the wall. That's my opinion. I mean, correct me if you think it's something different or, anybody in the chat, What do you think? Do you think that, the defense is winning this? Because what makes me nervous is the defense seemed like they were winning it last time.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
You
we
don't
had
know.
we had that outcome, but also the defense called 6 witnesses last time, and that's and I think that's a big difference. So I hope that I hope they continue to call. Look at this freaking cat. I hope they continue to call some really key witnesses. I mean, I think Sergeant Barrows did a great job with Jackson, but then when Hank got up there again, he just starts to do the whole distracted thing, and he tries to flip things around.
Yeah.
And he's got the jury thinking like, "Oh, did this guy really see what he says he saw?" But
Yeah, because when they were talking about the taillight, I watched the jury, like didn't take my eyes off the jury when Barrows was testifying. And I had like a straight shot Barrows. So it was like jury Barrows. It was awesome. And when they, when he was like, that's not the taillight that I saw, the first time he was saying it, they started taking notes. But then when, Hank was up there and he was showing the pictures, they were writing that shit down too. So it was like, oh, kind of thing.
Yep.
So I don't know where that went, but I think that the defense did a great job explaining what exactly was going on there.
Mhm.
And especially with the testimony of that bitch. What's her name? Resting bitch face lady.
Oh, Kelly D.
Yeah. Because, she's the one that said they were in the Sally Port, alone. And, if you're a smart person, you put 2 and 2 together or
Right,
not, because
right.
they don't know what we know. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's just it's crazy. There's a lot they don't know. Like when someone mentioned the feds, and they don't know. They don't know anything about like what's going on or who the McAlbins are and all that stuff. But I don't know. I just think I don't know where I was going with that. But I like the way that they're just kind of like not saying these people did it or this person did it or where were you on this date? They're just discrediting people. Like you're a liar.
Right.
Man Shannon.
Man.
You lied on your resume, dude. People actually call and yeah.
People verify resumes.
People verify resumes. Yeah. Never lie on your resume.
Yeah. He's not the brightest bulb, that guy.
But whatever.
For someone that's smart, you're pretty stupid.
Yeah. 17 years in college is still so you've been trying to get your associate's degree for 17 years? That was so funny. Or your bachelor's degree?
Great job.
Oh my God. That was awesome. And then didn't she say something that Judge Bev was like, no comments, or did she say it?
Yeah, that was a comment. Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Yeah. It's like
He stated a fact.
Yeah. She should be stating that fact as well. Like, dude, really? Like 17 years?
It says here that you have it, so look out.
Yeah. She's freaking unbelievable. But yeah, we did I don't know if anybody's heard of this guy, Duty Ron. But he is on, I guess, YouTube or something like that. So speaking of trying to keep faces held together and sitting right next to these people. So this guy came up, somebody shared this last night. I thought it was hilarious because I've never seen the show. So, and they clearly didn't know who Tracy is, but they're like, look at this woman here. It's on if you haven't seen it, it's freaking great.
And he's a punk, and he's in your face and hostile.
Yeah, we're no body language experts, and this is also the side for Karen Reed. The people. But look at how this woman is looking at him. This woman is like, this is girl power 101 right here. She's like looking at him like, you are a pig. You're going after this doctor for just nonsense. And the look on this lady's face, I don't know. Let me know in the chat what you think.
I mean, if he thinks he's smarter than the good doctor, he is.
I think that's fantastic.
Because it was like, I was like, you pig.
Yeah.
You're like, ah. Just wanted to like,
But it is though. I mean, but you just
look at this woman's
yeah,
face.
look at this
right
woman's
here.
face, and
Oh
you're
my
like, yeah.
God. Actually, I didn't see that whole thing.
Oh yeah.
But it was, I couldn't do, I was on my phone and it
Yeah.
wasn't playing right. So I was only seeing like snippets.
Oh,
So that was
okay.
kind of,
Oh, yeah.
really funny.
Awesome. Yeah. I think it's great. Is that who they are? So there's Liza's saying they are New York
New York
City
City
detectives.
detectives.
Oh, perfect. Oh,
Oh, sorry, wrong one. But thank you, it was awesome.
yeah. I'll have to check that out and check them out.
Girl power 101,
Yeah,
bitches.
yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. I think it was, it's so difficult. I can't even imagine like being in there every single day. Like, we stand out on the street and everybody's out, boots on the ground, weekends and whatever. And that's the long days. And, you look at like Scott McGinnis, who is at every single thing under the sun out there standing forever. And, that's difficult. But being in that courtroom for an entire day, like, I don't know if I could, like, I'd lose my mind like after
Yeah.
being there for that
It's just
long.
their lives now. It's been their
Yeah,
lives for
yep.
like the past, what, 2.5 years.
Yeah, I just think even for like they gave us those little cushions to sit on.
Oh, they're like gel. And it was like, you could either like do like 2 cheeks or like fold it in half and do 1 cheek. I preferred the 1 cheek.
I did the 2 cheeks because
Yeah. Well, I have a bony ass. It actually wasn't really that uncomfortable.
No, it was good with
It
those
was fine.
cushions.
Yeah. I just want to interrupt for a second because Ann just posted this. We were going to talk about this later, the Stronger Together.
Oh yes, yep,
stand out.
absolutely, yep.
It is June 12th, 2 to 4. And so it's 45 Charlotte Road. That's the district attorney's office. Yeah, let's show them we have people power. I love these Stronger Together standouts. They're great. They're great.
Yeah, so there'll be signs there. You don't have signs.
Yeah, I
extra
always have
signs.
tons in
We
my
have
car.
tons of signs. I guess it's going to be just like last time the Stronger Together standout happened. There'll be some people speaking as well. I know Jen Root had gotten up and spoke. Mizzy got up and spoke. I forget who else did. There was a few other people that got up. I think Peter Murphy had made a speech there as well. So it's, it's a great thing. It's great to see everybody together because we're all fighting for the same thing. We're all fighting for justice for someone. And, in a lot of these cases, this stuff just kind of, rolls over into the next, so there's some kind of connection. What happened with Enrique, they may, be isolated to the state police training, or maybe more than that. We don't know. I mean, 260 some odd days later, and we still haven't gotten any answers. My understanding too with the Enrique thing, while we're talking, is they convened the grand jury, I guess, the middle of April. So that somebody's looking into it finally, which is more than we've heard in the past 260 days.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I doubt they're going to talk about it until it actually,
Yeah, something's got to happen. They're going to indict somebody or whatever, but somebody's going to be held responsible for that. It's like you just don't. I went to boot camp. I went to basic training. And it's, I'm going to assume it's very similar to what, state police go through as far as training goes to an extent. And nobody died when I was there.
Yeah, right.
No, nothing happened like that. So, so again, yeah, Stronger Together, the standout, if you guys can be there, whoever can be there, Thursday, 2 to 4. I know a lot of people go after court. We still be in court at that point, right? June 12th. You never know.
Yeah, unless Bev decides to make it a.
I know, right?
They're just like, tomorrow
yeah,
I'm off.
No, we're all going to take a weekend off.
Like, what?
So, thank you, Ann, for that. Though, yeah, we had that on the agenda to talk about. So,
that's all right. I just wanted to jump in.
Absolutely, it's great. Let's see, Dr. Russell, the jury.
Yeah. What else?
Hank.
What other questions you guys have? I forget some of the questions. It was mostly for the jury.
Yeah.
And how is it really that small? It's not that it's like, it's weird. It's like a good sized room. And like, but everyone, you know, like even the jury would cram together
Well,
up
the
there.
way the room's like situated, it's like this angle, like
It's angled weird.
Yeah, it's like there's like a platform in the back with the media camera is, and then the jury, and it's kind of at an angle. Because even like when Leslie went up to read to Dr. Russell, and he got behind her, he was like literally up against the wall. But on TV, it looks like there's like
yeah,
a ton of space you could walk behind.
Yeah, it was
You
not.
know, there's really not a lot of room. So,
yeah,
you know, and the opposite corner as well, where the media hangs out. I mean, they're stuffed in there like sardines for the most part.
Yeah.
You know, when you see them all lined up, and you know, it's extra chairs thrown into the mix, and
yeah,
you know, it's a very
yeah. It's crammed, but not uncomfortable crammed.
No,
you know,
no.
like it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was not very comfortable, but you know, but
the media cameras and the audio definitely pick up a lot. So like when you know, one of the lawyers walks away from the podium and goes off microphone, and you can't hear it as well on TV. That's kind of how you hear it in the courtroom.
yeah,
You know, I mean, unless they're like right next to you or speaking directly at you, you know, there's
Yeah.
certain things you just can't hear.
and there's also I saw there's 3 microphones on the wall, half wall, whatever, like where the jury is.
Yeah.
So when they walk off, there's still microphones, but that's why you can still kind of hear them. But I noticed those 3 were right there. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Awesome.
you'd think they'd have microphones in there that actually like there was a speaker involved that like would raise the volume in there, but it
yeah, or you
doesn't.
had like air conditioning,
Yeah.
like you know, just stuff one of those things in the friggin' window.
Yeah.
You know, like they got fans going.
Yeah.
Like
Just turn the fans off.
we can't hear anybody, and it's actually not that hot in there. I didn't
No,
think.
it wasn't when we were in there, but I bet you today and tomorrow.
Oh
it's
yeah,
freaking
yeah.
nasty.
It was
Yeah.
actually. I'm always cold, but it was actually nice. But yeah, at one point, Karen was like, "I'm going outside to warm up," because she was freezing.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't notice the jurors don't talk.
No, they're not allowed
They're
to.
not allowed to. Like I got yelled at actually.
Oh yeah, we got yelled at.
I was sitting there and she kind of, you know, stretched her back.
I was just kind of like, yeah, just
And it was during a sidebar too.
Yeah, you're not allowed to talk.
You're not
during
allowed,
the
like,
sidebar.
you're not allowed
You're
to talk
at all.
during anything. So I literally, I'm like, "You okay?" And like the one court officer was like,
Excuse me,
"Excuse me,
talking."
no talking." I was like, "Jesus Christ!" I'm like, well, you know.
And then like at first I'm like, shit, we just got in trouble for talking. And then I'm like, why don't they say that to people over there? Or like, you know, you see people like, and,
Yeah.
you know, and that's kind of like what we would do. Anyway,
Right.
doesn't matter. But like, then I started to like catch on fire. My whole body just kind of went like rage. Like if one more of these people tell me to shut up or like stop talking, you know, it was
Yep.
that. And then I
Yep.
started like angry. Then I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Whatever. I was talking.
It's like, what are we gonna do?
Yeah. You know, and she's bigger than me. So like
She would kick your ass.
She would totally kick my ass.
Kicked out. But
yeah. But I was pissed, you know, like it was just that feeling of just I can't wait for this to be over because I'm so sick of these fucking people in uniform that are, you know, picking on the wrong people.
Yeah.
They're shushing the wrong people.
well, again, it's all about etiquette, you know, and the like abuse of authority. What's happening in front of the courthouse with the, you know, certain officers and that type
Yeah.
of thing. You know, what's happening, you know, that you know, like literally that woman yesterday could have just been like,
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah,
you
do one
know,
of these.
she
Like,
made a spectacle of it.
Yeah.
Like, freaking no talking. Like,
Yeah.
you really freaking shitting me? You gotta like yell it out.
and I'm
Yeah.
we were on a break, and I told Karen's mom, I'm like, I yelled at her talking. She's like, oh, that was you? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, it won't happen again.
Yeah. She's probably like, they're never coming back.
I know. I was like,
But yeah, it's you know, it's definitely different though. You know, the no talking. I mean, we'd been into like pretrial stuff, and it's not as
it's like
No,
quiet in the
straight-
courtroom. It's one of
yeah,
those because
yeah.
that was a bigger courtroom. And there were a lot
Yeah.
of people packed in there. So one person whispers, and but
We all whisper, it'll be anarchy.
it'll be anarchy.
But yeah, so it's really, they try to have control of the courtroom, but yet it's out of control because Bev just doesn't have any control over anything that goes on there, with the exception of her power that she wields for some reason over the defense. And it's bullshit. What she does and how she treats them is no better than how Hank's allowed to treat, Dr. Russell and Lucky and Sergeant Barrows and anybody else. He is a horrible, horrible person. So, say Coco, you'd get yelled at for sure.
Coco,
You'd be asked to leave for sure.
He kicked out of the county.
Like Coco, you can't come back to Norfolk County.
No, but I'm hoping too, like that the jury sees the obvious bias. But even if they see it, they still can't base their decision on how Bev treats one side or the other.
Right.
But yeah, this Michelle W. Absolutely, she's an abomination of the justice
They
system.
no lie, right?
And she's getting. Someone said the other day, like, I bet Bev's just going in that room in that break, and like Marcy's just telling her what her next step are.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
And and those orders are coming from someone over him.
Yep.
I don't know, that whole thing with the commissioner. It's like, can you hear the sign?
You can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't hear it.
Oh no, I was like, I was gonna say her lipstick. I could see her lipstick, and like when she came back from like lunch, you could tell she put like.
Yeah, I couldn't hear.
Sorry.
I can't hear
you
her sigh though. So, which is probably a good thing. I actually quite enjoyed that.
Yeah,
I didn't
really
think about it.
Actually, she was, for the most part, she was back. She didn't really. She was not like.
Yeah, I didn't hear the squeaky chair either.
I didn't either. Or the microphone. Maybe that's the
Yeah, maybe that's what
the
she's
camera,
got
the
picking
other
up.
camera, the television.
Yeah,
I don't know how it works. It's modern technology.
exactly.
But no, yeah, that's a good point. We didn't hear a sign, but we could see like her face, like
Ugh.
like I was saying to somebody this morning, like when Brennan was standing there, it was like I was saying to Margaret, "Hi, Margaret, if you're listening." Like I can't believe this is like a real person. Like you could touch him. That this awful man that says these awful things and tries to ruin people, and I don't know, it was just like he was standing right there. It was like, how is something like that like a flesh like a human being? Like it was just so weird to me. Like, wow, that's evil is standing right there, right next to me and in front of me.
And again, we say it all the time. I mean, Hank Brennan defended Whitey Bulger. That's enough said right there. It's like you're as corrupt as they come, buddy, and you're up there just showing the world how shitty of a person you are. It's horrible. Tracy did say hi to him on the.
Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
Walking in the other
He was like, he pulls up in his Jeep Grand Cherokee, whatever. There's like Karen's like cars and he drives up all annoyed, like. But he did get to park where they parked.
Yep.
And he, we were waiting, and he comes walking down the sidewalk. He's, "Good morning, Mr. Brennan." Good morning. I'll say hi to anybody. I'm my mother's daughter.
I like turning around and looking for the cops. I'm like, here they come. Here they come.
I know, right?
Tracy's gonna get arrested before we even get into the courtroom.
But that's the thing, it's like we're all people. He's a person,
right.
and you're a person, and that's what kind of person he is. And that it's just it really enlightening. It was enlightening.
It is, but even like in that regard, if you saw him during lunch or whatever, and like people like if the cops don't know who you are, it shouldn't make a difference. But if the cops don't know who you are, and you walk up to Brennan and say, "Hey, Mr. Brennan, how do you think it's going?" And they fucking pull your ass out.
Yeah, who knows?
You can't even question these people. Hi.
An idiot.
Ugh.
Can you hear the cat?
Freaking chaos.
Speaking of chaos, that's what I was gonna say. Like when people say the courtroom is a circus, it really is. It's like you got this going on over here, you get this going on, and it's like it feels like a circus. Nothing
Yeah.
is in order. Nothing's organized. Nothing's constant. It's all over the fucking place. I'll allow it.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Really, really. It's just I don't know. Whatever.
Nan, come out and visit.
Kansas City.
No, that's not Nan.
Uh,
That's a different Nan.
but Nan can get. I'm in Kansas City. Wish I
Which I could be there.
could be there. Nice one. Nice
Yep.
catch.
Yep. Well done.
Yeah. I mean, you can support from wherever. Start your own standout. Your one man standout.
Yeah.
One woman standout.
There should be another
National
another
standout.
national standout coming up sometime in the near future. I don't know when the next one's going to be, but
Probably Labor Day. I think it's Labor Day, Memorial Day, isn't
yeah,
it?
I don't know if we'll do.
No,
it.
not
I don't
Memorial
know if we'll
Day.
have one. We'll have one.
Oh yeah, we won't even. Yeah, it's over.
We'll have a
Well,
we'll have a standout, the celebration standout,
Yeah.
ideally, right?
should go to all of our locations and just kind of fix our signs to say freed.
Yeah,
Karen
exactly.
Reed.
Oh, you know, what I did want to say about sidebars, though, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
so when you're sitting there, you know, obviously they don't put that on camera, but the huddling is very tight.
They put the noise
They-
reduction thing on,
Yeah.
and you can't hear them,
Yeah.
even as much as you try. And unless he was getting very loud, but you
He's-
still couldn't. It was a
yeah.
muffle.
He's very animated, though.
Very
when you go to the
passionate.
sidebars, he's very, very, very passionate. You know, the hands get going, and he's, like when he got up, talking about to dismiss, I mean, to mistrial with
Mhm.
extreme prejudice.
Mhm.
And he's hitting his fist down. That's just how he talks. He gets
Yeah.
going and he gets wound up. He was pissed off a couple times.
Yeah, he was.
But they're so smart the way they, like you see Alan Jackson doing the thing on the laptop, or Leslie and Eddie, Liza, they're all doing their thing and they're working. But the other ones, got the witness or Hank's up there talking to the witness, and you think they're not really fully, like, they're always paying attention no matter what. It's amazing to see how they must be doing so much work prepping and taking notes, because when they go back up there next for the cross or
Yeah, I was looking at
Yeah.
their notes too and how they kept notes. I noted, I'm sure this is very common, but it was just so very organized. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Each witness had a binder, and that it had all the reports in it, all the what's the word I'm looking for? Like the affidavits, like when he's like, oh, I have a copywriter. But that's what was in there mostly. I think it was just to kind of like prove people wrong and stuff, that they lied, whatever.
Yeah.
But that was his, it had like on the side, it said it like, in, so-
Dr. Russell.
Yeah, exactly. And then I noticed when Jackson was up there, he literally has I think it's a notebook, and it was a loose piece of paper, and each time he asked a question, he'd go,
Yeah.
or
Yeah, he'd circle things off
and
or
he
whatever.
like ask that question. And it was like, it's just that, he was so
It's
amazing.
very much a team,
Yeah.
I mean, we talk about it as the dream team and all that, but the way they interact with it was really encouraging to see just how, I mean, they were all just like us, virtual strangers at the beginning of all this, right? Neither one of them knew each other. And,
Right.
Eddie didn't know Jackson, and they didn't know Alessi and whatever. I mean, maybe they crossed paths in, some kind of courtroom at some stage in their lives, more so Alessi and Eddie, but
Yeah. But you could tell they care about each other.
Yeah.
But they have a job to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they're all like, they like us. We're all a piece of the puzzle. We all know what our role is. We know what we're good at. We know, and it's just, they know too. It's just amazing. And there's like so many of them, and it's just a well-oiled machine.
But they love to see and hear the support.
They
you
said
know?
that, yeah.
Yeah, when I actually we were leaving court and I had to use the restroom before we left. I went downstairs.
Like, what's taking you so long?
I walk in there and there's a Leslie, and then here comes Janetti. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's like, I was just
oh,
talking to
okay.
the
I was
fans
just talking to the team.
All
How's it
right.
going? But again, so at that point we're in the sink because I didn't want to be uncomfortable and be that guy, because there's a rule about the men's room.
Okay.
There
whatever.
is. So anyway, so I basically said, I said, you guys, thank you so much for all you do. You guys are amazing. It's incredible to see you, work in person, and the way you just the teamwork in general. Just it's so appreciated by so many,
Mhm.
and United didn't really say much.
He's quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet. He said thank you, and Alessi was very, we really appreciate it. And, the fact that the people come out here all the time, they support us, and everybody's so, super, just again more about the support and that type of thing, and it means a lot to them.
It does.
It
It does help them with us there in the morning going in, and they said it helps us.
Mm-hmm.
So let's keep doing what we're doing.
Well, I mean, like yesterday, like we walked out, and we finally get outside, and we're walking back over, and the crowd's on the other side. Who's in the crowd? It was like E.T., right? Alessi's like in the crowd facing us, and he's like clapping.
I know. I go, wait, no, you're. He loves it.
He joined the fray. It was amazing. So again, they're
And he's 67 years old.
Yeah,
He looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Someone in the comments made a comment. Someone in the comments made a comment.
Oh,
Isn't that
did they?
weird?
Oh my
Yeah,
God,
I know. It was
seriously?
crazy.
They start doing that?
Yeah. So, but they were saying, doesn't Alessi look like I forget what it said. I can't do the jokes. He looks like he hasn't hit puberty yet or something like
He does. He looks young.
He looks really young.
Like, you're like seeing him up close. You can tell he's a little older when you see him up close, but like his energy and
he works out. Like,
yeah, I think he's a powerhouse. What an amazing man.
Yeah, and that like Miss Reed was talking to us about him, and meanwhile she's like, he's 6. I'm like, this woman's face is flawless.
Mm-hmm.
Her hair. I was sitting behind her. Her hair is just so beautiful. I'm like, I'm trying to cover up my grays with a box, and she's just got. She's her face is just she's such a beautiful woman, such a beautiful family, inside and out. But,
I saw Sherry D in there. Hi, Sherry D.
Sherry D.
Yeah, Sherry D said something about a couple being inside the court yesterday. So she called me lovely. Oh, she probably referring to you as lovely.
You're lovely, Dana.
Dylan doesn't call me lovely. He's probably not watching anymore. He's in bed. It's like,
Yeah.
It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. He needs to get up and start the stream. Get to work, son. Yeah, so it was really an interesting day. Again, we hadn't gone in last trial. So to get the opportunity going this time was, more than an honor. It was definitely it was very humbling to actually be invited and to be received so the way we were.
Yeah, it was just like I was like, we're going into the courtroom, and Karen and I hugged again, and I'm like, I'm so nervous, and I don't know why. And she's like, I'm nervous every time I walk in here, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm good. No,
well, my nerves just went away.
Who gives a shit how I feel right now? It was just.
Exactly.
But yeah, my worry went away. It was almost like instant comfort when you were saying that to me, like, oh, like what I was actually walking into. It wasn't.
Well, but going in, it's like it was intimidating. It was like in a sense, and not maybe that's not the right word.
Not like negative intimidating. Like someone's going to beat you up.
No, but it's like when you. Like if you go to court for your own situation, you walk in. Like I felt like I was going in for me.
Yeah.
I was kind of like,
court alone.
Yeah, court is a very
anxiety kind of.
It's like going to the doctor and going to the doctor and not knowing what the hell is going to be, the outcome is going to be. It's like, oh my God, I don't know. It was intimidating. That's what I'll call it. Not in a negative way necessarily, but in a just very strange type of way.
Yeah, it was weird. It
Yeah.
was weird. But
But they do. They they made us feel comfortable, and they didn't have to.
yeah.
They didn't like and that should be we should be like the last, not just us, but anybody who goes in there. I'm sure other people feel the same going
Yeah.
in, that type of thing. But
They're
Yeah.
like the people that take care of everyone before they take care of themselves.
Right,
You know, it's like they're that family. You know, like they want to make you comfortable, so you know, like, yeah, it was instant. They're just so personable and friendly, and I don't know, grateful. So, I don't know.
Oh man, you share the same birthday as Karen.
Oh, cool. So you're a Pisces, because I'm the 20th. I think, what is she, the 26th?
Seems like something like that. Is
Yeah,
that right?
I think so. So you're a Pisces too, Nan. That's awesome.
Yeah, so today we'll just hit real briefly, and then we'll just cut out of here, I guess.
Are we done?
Yeah, we'll just again today, Lucky, same.
Oh, yeah.
He is. I mean, I love when he corrected Hank. When you were driving the tow truck, something,
Yeah,
and
right.
Lucky's like, well,
Sorry,
sorry,
but
I don't freaking drive a tow truck. It was a plow, and thanks. He
you're
doesn't
like, don't disrespect me.
Yeah.
I drive a fucking plow, dude, for 20 years.
Yeah, he doesn't miss a beat. He's very honest. I feel, when he was saying he didn't appreciate the attention that he was getting, I totally understand that. I can see, even when he was sitting out in the hallway when we were in there the day before.
Yeah, we saw him.
He he just kind of sitting there like, I'm here. I don't need to be.
Like, he was kind of like in the, like in the corner, like, where he was sitting. I didn't even, Dana had to point him out to me. I was like, oh, I guess.
But again, the thing is, just like with Karina Kolakisis today too, they both just told the truth. They literally got up there and said, "This is what here's the answers to your questions."
Yeah.
There's no question about it.
Mhm.
Just like Sergeant Barrows, I saw what I saw.
Mhm.
I don't question that man saw what he saw. He
Mhm.
said it. He said it in the last trial too. This is what I saw. It was broken. It was cracked, and but a piece was missing.
Mhm.
Going up there and being on the stand and telling the truth is so much freaking easier than telling a lie. That's why, like, Lucky's like, you can't rattle me, dude. Like,
Yeah.
you can't rattle me at all.
It was awesome.
But I guess that when Lucky did leave, he kind of, made a quick escape out of there.
Yeah, I guess he's
everybody
got
was
like
just like-
anxiety issues.
Yeah.
you know.
So,
I do the same thing. You
Yeah.
know.
and the
A lot
thing
of
is,
people out there.
it's like, he doesn't need, like, he didn't ask for the attention. He didn't want the attention. He just is, wrong place, wrong time, pretty much. And that's his involvement. But the fact that he's telling the truth and we appreciate that, I think he does understand that, it's coming from a good place when people are like cheering for him. And
Oh yeah, I think he like appreciates.
But he
like,
doesn't
it's
like that.
Yeah, it's like it's overwhelming, and yeah, I mean,
he just doesn't like it. I was like, I get it. But,
yeah.
He's done great things, and he's told the truth, and that's all we can ask of anybody up there. And he's, the poor guy's been through a lot of shit, not only with that, but prior to, all that happening, his wife had just passed as well.
Mm.
And that's hard enough as it is. And he's like shit, like a year younger than me. Something like that. He's only like 50, 52, but something like
Well,
that.
he graduated in 90, and I did too, so he's like 53-ish.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So that's good on him. Karina as well. I don't think that her testimony was necessarily anything specific. It was more, I think, catered towards Karen. Didn't seem like she was freaking drunk.
Mm.
I was talking to her all night. If she truly had drank, 6 vodka sodas or whatever she was supposedly have been drinking,
Mm-hmm.
and she's a small thing.
Yeah.
You know, she would have been absolutely freaking dismantled.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and not holding a conversation with her, and you know, not driving home, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't. I think that's kind of the only reason why she was up there.
Also, the relationship between John and Karen.
Yeah.
Like when she mentioned he kissed her on the head, I was like,
Yeah,
so it makes her so much like that much sadder.
yeah.
You know, because they were trying to like not get back together, but it was after the whole
Yeah.
New Year's Eve thing, and they were just starting to I don't know what they were trying to do, but it was so sad. Like it was so cute and so sad that,
Mhm.
but I like her noticing that. It was like, oh, because that's something you notice. So you don't see that a lot, and when you see it, you gotta like take note. Like, oh, that was cute,
Yeah.
and that's what she did. She just testified that they were good. They seemed good.
Yeah, I think that I don't know what the hell. What's tomorrow gonna bring? What do we got up tomorrow?
There's no court tomorrow.
Oh, there's no court. I thought it was. Oh, there is no court tomorrow.
Then full day Friday.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, who do we got Friday? Does anybody know? Any word on the street?
I do not know.
Or people? Everybody here who's up for witnesses on Friday in the chat? I'm very curious.
Are they done? They're not done with Lucky, right? Because they kind of like went off on a break, like a sidebar, and then it was just like.
No, they would. You go up first, and then Karina went up.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And then Karina got.
She finished up.
Yeah, they finished with her as well. Hank only asked her like 3 questions.
Yeah, I know.
This was very strange.
He probably doesn't think any of it's relevant, which it probably.
Yeah.
In the end, I don't know. I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
I wonder. I'm very curious to see who the hell goes up on Friday. I hope they call somebody that's just gonna. I want somebody just on the stand just to break. Just somebody just be like, listen, I don't know who the hell they would call that could do that at this point, but I was hoping that it was going to be Kelly Diva.
Yeah, she seems like a really nice.
She's a nice person, and she's friends with not the bagel. She's friends with Sarah Levinson.
Sarah Levinson. That was awesome at the end. Like, and who are you friends with?
Yeah.
Sarah Levinson.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
Get another one, yeah. Come on.
They all know each other. It's all like incestuous. It's crazy.
Gross.
It's so gross.
So gross. Hi, Lulu Bell. I saw you in the comments. Hey. Yeah. Also, Barrows. We definitely want to take. I mean, we all know what a hero he is, but like to see him not back down, like that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Brennan tried to, make him think he wasn't big. It's kind of like a change in the wording, and it's just weird. But at the end, it was like, no, I know what I saw, and that wasn't it.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah, well, then you got these, pictures that are all gradient showing the tail lights and covered with snow and all this other shit, and it's like, come on, that's a freaking stop it, just enough of this shit. Kevin Albert taking over.
Really?
It does right here.
I'm taking over as CE. Isn't Kevin taking over as what's CE?
I don't know what CE is, Wayne.
Karen said outside of court that might wrap up on Tuesday. Thank you very much.
Okay, there's not really too many more witnesses to call. Yeah, I mean, if we got a day out tomorrow, and then we got Friday, Jesus, yeah.
That's nuts.
That's crazy to think that we could be in deliberation by mid next week, potentially. Again, yet to be seen, but we'll figure it out.
Oh, police chief. No.
Oh no, geez, no, not that I'm aware.
He retired. Oh, Kevin.
No, Kevin
Albert.
No.
Imagine if that happened. I hope it does happen, to be honest with you, Wayne, because that would just show how corrupt. It really is. Like, and how they just don't give a shit.
Yep.
What people think of what they do.
I do like what they did with the select board, and they restructured it, and they they put J.R. McCord as the lead chair, and then and you're thinking they're gonna put Chris as vice, and they didn't.
They just kept him where he
They
was.
kept him where he was as a clerk.
Reading his his schedule or whatever written by somebody else.
Exactly.
You can't even read it. He
Well done.
Yeah.
Genius. So yeah, that's all I got. Anything else?
I don't think so. Do you guys have any questions or?
June 12th is a pink full moon. Oh, full pink moon. Maybe oh wow.
That might be a sign.
Imagine that. That would be wild, huh? All right, Sharon, reach out, and if that happens,
that'd be cool.
Make a screenshot of this here and reach back out. I'm gonna talk about that, and I'm gonna ask you for the lottery numbers as well. Yeah, so everybody's doing great though. Everybody just keep doing what you're doing. The teamwork and the support for everybody. Kelly and Amy, you guys are doing great, and Dylan's doing all right. Dylan, try harder. Busted balls. Can we play the Timmer video one more time just because I want to see that? Happy Timmer.
Oh, tiptoe through the window, by the window, that is where I'll be. Come tiptoe through the tulips with me.
Just noticed Lauren. She was like, "Get away from me."
Oh, shit.
Oh my god, that's funny stuff.
What
are you checking?
I'm just seeing if Timmer actually likes me. He usually messages me and calls me an asshole and stuff. So I got nothing yet.
I don't think he's in the car. I think he's busy.
No, is he?
Yeah, I didn't see him in the car.
Well, he's definitely not sleeping because I don't think Timmer ever sleeps ever. Yeah. Love to Timmer.
Dude, the dog is like, what are you trying to do, yo?
Yep.
And he's like out of breath, too.
Yeah,
that was exciting.
Yep. That baby's coming too. All right, so so we'll be back to Tuesday next week. More than likely, we just had to switch it up because yesterday was just chaotic, and we didn't get home till like 7:30. And
looks like there's a cool sunset out. So everyone look out your window if you can.
Nice.
The baby came to say
hey,
bye.
baby, come on, baby.
Oh, she sees the dog.
Oh
so that's
god,
not
yeah, we don't need that happening.
All right.
Back to Tuesday for us for our nighttime lives. But as far as the joint stream with the alternate corner from the courthouse, we'll be back on Friday. I don't know who will be out there Friday as of right yet, but Sherry D's confused. Sherry D, do you have a day off tomorrow?
What do you mean? Oh, no, Friday or Monday. What do you mean? No, we're talking about our show, the Tuesday night show. What? Sherry D,
don't you know the
now
schedule?
I'm confused.
Now you're confused. I don't even know when I'm going live.
I just deleted my question. Sorry, that's awesome.
I'm the best.
You are the best. I just deleted them.
You're awesome. Thank you. I was going to go like, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, is there no code on Tuesday or something
Monday
either?
or
Like,
Friday?
what the fuck?
No, you're good. You're good.
We love you. We love you.
You're so cute. Oh, I love it.
So, anyway, well, thank you all for jumping on.
Yes.
It's been a long week. It's only Wednesday. I mean, if anything, we all got lucky today. Get it?
Get it?
Get it?
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, joke.
But yeah, enjoy your day. I might get some work done tomorrow at work. Now that there's no court tomorrow, I can focus. I mean, I always focus at work. That's what I meant.
I know you do.
Yeah. So.
Well, thank you all for jumping on.
Yes.
Again, if you haven't been over to Amy and Kelly's channel, I think they're looking to hit 1,000. So go over, give them a sub, and
Always.
You know, like and subscribe. And,
yeah, alternate corner.
Yeah, all in the corner. I do want to give a shout out to Mike Crawford from the Young Jerks. Actually hit 50,000 subscribers.
He did?
Yeah, just the other day I remember seeing it. So congratulations to him. And yeah, that's about it. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
All right.
Other than I want to thank our team, like
Yeah.
the stream team, the mods, especially the stream team. It was funny today. It was like every time I go there, it's like Brandy's always, you know, she's always like on call, like she's got her phone and ready to go, and she's, you know, she knows when there's a break, she knows when whatever. Today she handed me her phone. She goes, "Here, you do it.
Get to work."
I know. I was like, "Oh, shit." And I'm like, "No, I honestly, I don't mind. Clearly, you know." It's like, and she's like, "I'm only kidding. You grab it back." But I was like,
Well, it's
I
funny, though,
appreciate all of you.
but everybody has like routines too down there, you know. I mean,
Yeah.
when Dina's down there on Tuesdays, she
does
you
her
know,
thing, and yeah, it
Yeah.
is. It's funny. I love it. I love
you
what
know,
it is.
Kurt, when he's down there on Mondays, he goes through and he's, you know, goes through the comments, and he's used to it, you know.
Yeah, but it is cool. And we appreciate it. I mean,
Yeah.
we didn't think this was how it was going to be. Like, I mean, we knew we had to work and we couldn't be out there every single day, you know, like taking 2 days here, 2 days there. But I mean, we just so appreciate them so much.
Yeah,
So much.
Handsome Brian, exactly. You know, Scott is out there. He teaches people when it's his turn, because Scott has a lot of information.
The guy's full of knowledge.
He really truly is. He can he can just go, you know,
Yeah.
like, Scott, here's a topic. Do you know about it?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Tell us about it.
But he knows
will
every
go.
detail about the trial too. He
Yeah.
knows everything.
It's amazing. It really truly is. It's, you know, we're very fortunate to have all these people that are, you know, just so vested in justice.
Yeah.
You know, not even just, you know, our channel, Dylan's channel, or anything else, but just, you know, we're all for the greater good.
Yeah, we want to get it out there.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. So it does. It takes, you know, even like Maria. Maria jumped on a couple times, like I said. Like actually, Cheryl with an S grabbed the camera the other day when
she's there
Dina
every
was there.
day.
Yeah,
She did great.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, every now and again you got to reach out and ask for a little help, and you know, that's what we're here to do, is help each other out. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, good. Yeah, absolutely. Though they're doing a great job. So, you know, Dina, Scott.
Yeah, I so appreciate. I mean, the guilt is killing me, but that's why we're a team, I guess. You know, and it's almost over.
Yep.
Almost over.
Well, hopefully we'll be down there. I'll be taking some time off when the jury goes in, though. That's how it's going to have to happen.
Yeah, that's stressing me out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But anyway, it's taking the time and figuring out, like, you can't, like, I don't know, it's gonna be tough. But anyway, this job thing is really
yeah. We've been trying to hit the lottery for a bit. It just hasn't happened again. So hopefully somebody hits the lottery that we know.
You know, just remember.
Handsome Brian, hit the lottery, will you?
I know.
Hook us all up.
Oh God.
Shit. There's Jill. Hi, Jill.
Hi, Julie. I know. So
I know. Well, we all are.
Yeah.
You know, even like, you know, walking, you know, seeing everything, you know, week after week, day after day, and you think it's going one direction, you know, meaning the last trial, and then, you know, the outcome being what it was, it just, you know.
Yeah, it's like, even though we've been shown that even though they vote this way, maybe not.
Yeah.
That's not how we see it.
Yeah, nothing is certain, so that's just horrifying. Oh, but you guys are awesome.
Yeah, we love you guys. We have the best chat. I love the chat in the morning. Was it Sherry D or Robin accusing me of cheating? Because I always go to
Robin
Dylan's
G.
page.
Robin G. was accusing
Yeah,
me
it
of
was
cheating
Robin
on
G.
there. Yeah, I know.
I just want to be like, I don't want to watch it on our page, you know, like I'd rather watch it on Dylan's. Like, I feel like I don't want to just watch. I mean, I know it's the same
thing.
exact
It's the
stream,
exact same stream.
but it's different. Like there's different people watching. Like if you click on alternate corner, you're
Right.
watching it from alternate corner.
Oh, I remember hearing that conversation.
Yeah,
You didn't
so there's-
understand how it works.
Yeah,
So if you're
the chat. I don't understand how the chat works.
so if you're streaming live,
Mhm.
so say you get the link and you go live, you can see the chat from both channels.
Oh, but I can't
But
watch
if you're just someone watching the show, you'll
Yeah.
see either the chat on our channel
Mhm.
or Dylan's, depending which one you watch.
I think this is what Dylan's doing right here. He has the
Yeah.
comments on this. I'm gonna press this and see what happens.
Oh shit!
Wait,
Gonna push the little button.
chat overlay lets you display live comments directly in your stream. Please note that some platforms like. All right, let's see what happens. Live comments from viewers, real quick.
Somebody type something.
Oh yeah, there's the
Yeah,
box.
see the box. There's nothing. Somebody's gonna type.
You guys say something.
Sherry D, say something nice. Oh,
Ah.
there we go. Hey, there we go.
Hey,
Now
look,
it does
Lisa.
pop up
Oh,
now.
look, yeah, look at that.
That's interesting. I still can't read it, but
I know it doesn't work, but you can read it.
yeah,
Do you guys like that? Or well, you see the chat.
yeah.
Right?
Dylan's been put that up for the trial, and it's actually I don't know how it's being received. So I haven't talked to him about it, but
I like it.
I think it's kind of cool.
Dina fell asleep.
Wake up, Dina. Yeah.
You were with us.
Good
and then
job,
we lost
Dina.
you.
We were just complimenting you and everything. Now you're just sleeping. Yeah.
I like that. I don't know. Like last night I was watching Dylan and I had it on the big TV in the living room. I couldn't see that clearly, but you can see it while you're watching it. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it.
All right, well,
I have
yeah,
mixed feelings.
I mean,
Shut that shit off. Shit.
everyone can see.
Yeah. So that might be the way to go for Scott, though. I don't know if Scott can see it, so we have to check because he has
Yeah,
Android,
Coco
so
said
he
it's
has problems down there. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like during the trial, maybe not being on, but during the out on the street. I don't know. We shall see.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some drive Franken truck.
Absolutely,
Lucky.
yeah, absolutely, Jay.
I have
Yeah.
double chat in mine. Really, Cheryl?
What Cheryl with an S with it, you know?
You might have to show me what you
Yep.
All right. I know we've said bye like 500
Yeah,
times.
let's say goodbye
Yeah,
again.
because I really have to pee.
Oh my god.
I know.
I just go, man.
Go, man. All right, I'll shut this off for now.
Thanks.
All right. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We really, really appreciate it. Yeah,
We'll
keep
see
doing what
you
you're
in
doing.
some capacity on Friday. Someone will be out there,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Unless Sherry D, am I wrong as a corporate?
We'll see. All right. Good night, guys. Love you all. Good night.
I know.